I think once the fight comes there, he'll be trained for the fight, and he'll be focused on Joe. I hope he's focused on Joe. I hope he is, because I know Joe can win either way. Even if he is or isn't like overlooking him, I know Joe can beat Dubois. But it's an interesting one because subconsciously, once that's set in your mind, you're always looking ahead. So whatever. If he is, he is. If he's not, I don't care about it, really. Just focus on my man and getting him ready for it.
You're 100% confident Joseph Parker becomes a two-time world heavyweight champion?
Yeah.
I believe it's a fight that he can win. He has the tools to do it. He's got a very good boxing brain. He's got a superb jab again, as we talk about jabs. I mean, it's a big thing for me, but he's got a superb jab. He's got a lot of power. He's a very hurtful puncher. He's got a good boxing.
Are you the new heavyweight king in the UK? Would it be fair to say that?
Yeah, I've seen myself as putting myself through with this win as number one. Up there with all the top names. All the old dinosaurs are starting to move on, and I think he's one of them. He's been in many hard fights, and he has got many miles on the clock. And I found the formula.
The fight has an exciting fight. He carries power, and I'll tell you something. He hits someone. If he hits you on the arm, you've been hit. Wherever he catches you, the power, and that can take the fight. And that can take the fight out of people when they get caught. Like
a young and powerful boxer is about to face an experienced and tough veteran in a fight that could change the heavyweight division. This exciting match will show whether Daniel Dubois' youth and strength can overcome Joseph Parker's skill and experience.
Second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible.
Yeah, what do you think about that fight?
Which one?
Dubois Parker, if it does happen.
I think Dubois wins it. Because I don't think Joseph Parker's got a strong enough chin. Daniel hits hard. Daniel hits hard. So I see that fight. Daniel winning 5 rounds.
I'm kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
End of this month, I think a Joseph Parker fight. He's bigger than Parker, naturally bigger. He punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, he beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins in good form. Do you know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good because you never know because Parker's got all that. He's got bags of experience.
I do. I think he's got the style to beat Daniel Dubois. I think sometimes when you get that big win, you get a little bit carried away. See him in the ring against, calling out Usyk, and if I'm Joseph Parker, I'm just chipping away, working away.
No way, I'm gonna do a demolition job on him first, and then I want Usyk next. I'm ready for it, and I'm on a roll. So, bring him on.
You might be looking too far ahead, planning big fights, other big fights, but you got a fight right in front of you right now.
No, ask him. I got my mind firmly set on you.
They better be, man. Hey, they better be.
It's not just another fight. It's a chance for both men to prove themselves. Dubois wants to continue his rise to the top, while Parker is looking to show he is still one of the best. Both fighters are in great shape, but only one will come out as the winner. So, who has the advantage? Let's take a closer look.
I can see Parker beating him on points. Yeah. Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like Dubois is a different kettle of fish now to years ago. So, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture. Like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. But I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergo, he's walked through Miller, walked through Joshua.
Parker, Daniel Dubois aside, is the most informed heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, both of them in great form, to be fair, yeah.
If anything, I think actually Joseph Parker is in better form than Daniel Dubois, because that spree of fights of Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, great.
Let's just look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, because Zhilei Zhang was undefeated, in my opinion, until he faced Joseph Parker.
It's becoming a bit of a giant killer, Joseph Parker, really, isn't he?
He really has. And I've got to give
Daniel Dubois next on the list for him? Yeah.
It's a potential.
Jarrell Miller, Philip Hergovich, Anthony Joshua now fighting Joseph Parker within 18 months. He's only 27 years old.
Love it. I love that he's been busy. His fight with Joshua wasn't a big bruiser, so coming back, and especially coming back against Parker is that's a really good fight for him. I think it's a fight that he'll win, but it's a good boxing match. And then, like I always say, more than anything, I want to see good boxing matches.
I think that what's been incredible with Daniel was, years ago he got stopped by Joe Joyce. A lot of people labelled him a quitter. Same thing happened in the Usyk fight.
He had to grow up. And listen, this is what we know about heavyweights. They mature later than any other weight class. So he matured a little later, and I think he's grown through some of his growing pains. And the worst thing for a fighter is you see our growing pains.
Dubois has been on fire lately, winning 3 big fights, including impressive knockouts over Jarrell Miller and former champion Anthony Joshua. His aggressive style and powerful punches make him one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. However, raw power is not always enough to win at the highest level. This is where Parker's experience could give him an edge. Parker has fought some of the best, including Deontay Wilder, Zhang Zhilei, and Andy Ruiz Jr. He has shown that he can take hard punches, adjust his strategy during fights, and keep going even under pressure.
That's a good question. It's probably, you're looking at a multi-layered fighter when it comes to Parker. I think you're going to have to, Dubois is going to have to show us something that we may not have seen in him. We know he's got this reputation as an explosive, bulky type of fighter who can create highlight reel knockouts. But I think he's going to have to show some of the IQ, if there is any, there. And that's going to expose whether there is any or not. And if he's able to beat Parker because he's going to have to show this IQ in this fight, then we're going to be able to check off another one of the boxes in terms of how we rate Dubois and say, okay, he's even higher and even better level than we've given him credit so far. It's another one of those check marks.
Getting all the belts and just being in the best fights, the biggest fights. This is one of them. Joshua's the last one, so I'm on a roll and I need to keep that momentum going, to become the best and prove that I'm the best.
Really tough fight for Dubois. Not an easy route for anyone in the heavyweight division. This new version of Joseph Parker. The guy's got a very good chin. He's got a great gas tank, good motor. He knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of 2 humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't look to himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Parker got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy, too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you, but he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight. Good.
Looking forward to beat the champion who's going to win the fight between Dubois and Parker. And I'll see what will be next.
Who would you rather fight out of Dubois and Parker?
The winner. So I think Parker will win the fight. I think that's my opinion. But the winner, I'll face him.
Listen, my team is very small. I got Andy Lee, teacher, and I got George Lockhart doing strength, conditioning, nutrition. I think having a small team and then having someone like Andy who's going to guide me in this fight with the game plan. It's very important to have a good game plan and execute it well.
It's a hard predict because I think this is a truly 50-50 fight, and I like both of these fighters. I think if I have to say something, I'll tell Dubois to come down and don't be overlooking Joseph.
Experts and boxing fans are split on who will win. Some think Dubois' punching power will be too much for Parker, especially since Parker has struggled against big punchers in the past. Others believe Parker's smart defense and ability to frustrate his opponents will help him wear Dubois down as the fight goes on. Promoter Eddie Hearn has said that Parker's careful and tactical fighting style could make this a tough match for Dubois, since Parker knows how to push his opponents into later rounds and take advantage of their mistakes. One big question about Dubois is how well he can handle tough situations. His worst loss was against Joe Joyce, where he suffered an eye injury and had to quit, leading to many doubting his toughness. But since then, he has made a strong comeback, showing more confidence and determination in the ring. His knockout victory over Joshua proved to many that he is ready for elite-level competition. On the other hand, Parker has been making a strong comeback in his career with the help of trainer Andy Lee and strength coach George Lockhart.
Parker Dubois. I fancy Parker. He's not an underdog in this fight. Everyone makes out as though he's a massive underdog. I'm not saying Dubois can't beat him or isn't going to beat him, but I'm saying I can see so many ways how so many assets that Parker has that can cause Dubois a lot of problems. And if Parker wins, I'm not going to be shocked.
A dream fight, you know. I think Daniel, who's on a roll at the moment, who's very confident.
Another hard fight for him, by the way.
I was just going to say, he's in with it. He's not got another. When was the last time he had an easy job?
Precisely.
I mean, he ain't no easy jobs, and he's in with a winning fighter, a guy who's turned his career.
And so you find yourself in a situation when you listen to Joseph Parker that there's not a lot of trash talking that goes on. He can have a go, and you know he did the other day in the face-off when he had a little bit back and forward with Daniel Dubois with Adi Oladipo on his own. But most of the time you get sensible conversation about him. He's very respectful. He's also a very good fighter. I just think that Daniel Dubois is going to be a step too far for him. I don't think it's a formality, but I do think that Daniel will win, and I do think that
he has improved his fitness and focus. His wins over Zhang and Wilder have put him back in the conversation for the top heavyweights, and beating Dubois would confirm his place among the best. Parker's best chance to win is to use movement, smart counter-punching, and make the fight last longer, where his experience and stamina could make a big difference.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hergovich. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live, and I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is, and the way he took those fights apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's gonna have more confidence. So yeah, I think I got Dubois good in that fight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like, obviously Dubois hits hard. He's come from like more, I don't know, stepped up. But then also Parker as well. Like they've both come along and they've both like been in big fights. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who gets the win.
Yeah, they've both been on really good form recently. The past year or two.
Both got different attributes, but see made the best.
Both fighters have a lot to prove, and this fight will be a true test of their abilities. Dubois is younger and stronger, but Parker has the skills and experience to handle the pressure. The fight could be explosive from the start, with Dubois trying to end it early with his knockout power. Parker, however, may choose a more cautious approach, using his defense and waiting for the right moment to strike. If Dubois can land his heavy shots early, he has a great chance of winning. But if Parker can survive the early rounds and take Dubois into deep waters, he may have the advantage in the later stages of the fight. This fight has created a lot of excitement among fans and experts. Will Dubois' raw strength and aggressive style lead to another knockout win? Or will Parker's experience and smart boxing skills help him survive and break Dubois down? This fight could go either way, and the result will have a huge impact on the future of the heavyweight division. If Dubois wins, he will prove he is a serious title contender.
I think if you need to be honest about it, you know, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, you know, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, you know, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe, his last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their journey so far.
If Parker wins, he will show that he still belongs at the top. With so much at stake, this is a fight no boxing fan should miss. Who will come out on top?